I've had thousands of hours flying my drone, but every single time I fly over the water, I feel anxious. And one of the ways that can help you out is to make sure your batteries are fully charged. If you don't put in fully charged batteries, you may not be able to get back to the land where you set off from, so make sure your batteries are fully charged. Another key factor is to make sure your propellers are in good working order. So before you take off, go around, check that they're all in order, and if any are looking rough, just change them, because this will help you fly better. The beach is normally quite a windy place, so before you go flying, make sure you check the wind speed before you go out. You can do this on apps like Windy or any local forecasting app. If it's super windy, it will drain your battery faster, and if the wind direction is completely in the opposite way, you could be flying that way rather than back to land. So make sure you check the wind before you go flying over the water. Avoid obstacles. There are a lot of obstacles to avoid when in water scenarios, so just make sure you stay away from trees, boats, lighthouses. All these different things can interfere with your aircraft signal, so just make sure you stay clear of these obstacles and you give plenty of room. Plus, you don't want to be crashing into something as large as a boat or any trees and getting it stuck there, because this won't be easy to recover. Enable maximum flight distance. Now, it may seem like a really good idea to fly all the way out in the ocean, but the further you go, the longer it'll take you to get back, and you may run out of battery before you get back. So if you enable maximum flight distance, it'll only allow you to go out a certain distance rather than you just going for endless days upon days and then having trouble getting back because you're going to run out of battery before you reach the land. Make sure you update your home point to a nice, sane, clear bit of dry land, so if anything goes wrong, you can just press the return to home button. It'll bring your aircraft back safely to dry land rather than you manually have to do this one button and it can come back to directly where you want it. Make sure you have a plan before you take off. You don't want to be flying around aimlessly, because this will drain the battery. Know what shots you want to get and you'd like to get, so then you could just go out there, get them, and then come back rather than flying aimlessly around like I've done many of the time, and this will drain your battery. So just make sure you've got a plan, you've got a shot list, and you know what ideas you want to go do and then go and achieve that rather than just flying around aimlessly. I did this in one of my recent videos. I flew my drone around aimlessly and I ended up crashing it. If you want to check out that video, I'll leave the link up there for you to go check out. And it's got some more drone tips when flying. So if you're into drones, go check out that video. Like with most things in life, the only way you'll get better is practice, practice, practice. So go out there, and the more you do it, the more you'll get better at it. Make sure you disable visual point system, and this will allow the distance between you and the floor to maintain at a certain height, which is great over solid ground. However, water is not solid, it is fluid, it rises and it falls, so make sure you disable this, because it won't know where the bottom is, and then all of a sudden a wave could come and then you could be taken out. So make sure you disable this before you go flying. Waves are super dangerous to drones because sometimes you don't know how big they're actually gonna be, so make sure you give them plenty of room, because all of a sudden they could be on top of you and it could be too late and your drone is gone. So just make sure you give waves plenty of room. Also, the spray from the waves can also cause a lot of issues for drones, so just make sure you give a bit more extra room to take that into account. Overall, watch out for waves, don't go too far out, and make sure you have a plan, because otherwise you'll have to go fishing for your drone. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below about your drone horror stories and the crashes you've had. I'd love to hear from them, and it's also good that we share our mistakes to help us and others learn from them. So share it out there, because I'm sure we'd all really like to hear them. If you found it useful, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. But until the next one, I'll see you later on.